Anyway. What's up, guys?
All right, team. So I just had an unpleasant doctor's visit. Snap snapping. Let's see. Dollar index is ripping up right now, so I'm sure everything's kind of dropping. Snap's starting to move up, slightly red on the day. So we're connected in there. All right. All right, guys, we got Snapchat earnings in about 30 minutes. Bro, I just had the most unpleasant doctor's appointment, and I'm scared. I'm scared-ishless now. We'll say that. So for all my Google doctors here, maybe y'all can help me out. All right, so I just went to the heart doctor, and they said that I have a right. Wait, what is this called? I have a right bundle block, a complete right bundle block in my heart. That ain't good. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm dying over here? I don't know. Snap's trying to make moves, trying to do stuff. Again, for all my. Let me know if that's good or bad. But honestly, I'm kind of scared now, to be completely real. Yeah. It can't be good. I know one thing. It ain't good, From what I've looked it up, a right bundle block is better than the left bundle block. So I mean that's positive. We're gonna try to stay optimistic, glass half full type of stuff here. But yeah, apparently it could signal, basically I could have it stand alone, but I think it's highly indicative of heart problems one way or another. Yeah. All right, thank you, Joseph. Pacemaker? Do I need a pacemaker with a right bundle block? Is it that serious that I need a pacemaker? Honestly, be real, be honest. Don't just tell me what's gonna scare me either. Tell me the truth. All right, Snapchat, you can see on the right side here, we got the dollar index moving up. Snapchat at 1085. Now, hopefully, I don't have any heart conditions that would require any of this stuff, but the doctor was like, yo, do not Google it. And so, sure enough, I got home and I Googled the heck out of this thing. And now I think I'm about to die. That's my conclusion here. I don't know. Appreciate all the advice regardless. Dollar index falling down. We did have a green day today. We're going to be optimistic. We did have a green day. Let me use you guys as Google. How serious is a right bundle block in the heart? Okay. We're gonna listen. What's the point of having this following if I can't scare myself by asking all the pretend doctors in chat medical questions? Like what are we doing here if we don't ask people that? You know what I mean? No alcohol, no nicotine, reduced sodium. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I do eat a lot of salt. I'm a barbecue guy. I'm in Texas right now. I ate barbecue like the day before yesterday. Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it. So the earnings drop. Sir Sicky said, "Hey, I heard if you give me your trading profits, it will unblock. Hey, maybe next time, dude." All right, but no, the results. On a serious note, let me get all these banners out of here. I'm just kind of trolling you guys. But on a serious note, numbers drop at Snapchat earnings drop today, and they drop specifically at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have Whirlpool. Nothing else really big today, to be honest. We got Western Alliance, American Bancorp, a few other stuff, but nothing really big. The big earnings specifically are Snapchat today. That's the big one we're covering. I'm not a pretend doctor. Hey, it's all good. Listen, I welcome real doctors too, or real medical professionals, bro. It's not that big of a deal unless you had other EKG abnormalities. It should be all right. Very common condition. Hey, well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Good to hear. You know, that's what the doctor said. The doctor was like, look, I think you're fine. Do not Google this. She saw the anxiety. She was like, hey, go take your anxiety medicine, bro. I don't take anxiety medicine anymore. Like, I used to take anxiety medicine, but like the problem with anxiety medicine is this, okay? Like, I used to take it. I used to self-medicate and take it and all that stuff when I was young. The problem with it is that I don't get excited for anything if I take my anxiety medicine. Like, I want to watch Game of Thrones. I'm taking anxiety medicine. I could care less about it. You know, sports game coming on, the Saints are playing, LSU's playing. If I'm on anxiety medicine, I just don't care about it. I want to get excited about that stuff. And so I stopped taking anxiety medicine a long time ago. It's not really social anxiety, obviously, with me sitting here in front of, 50 people. Earlier it was 1,200. So it's not really social anxiety. What it really is medical anxiety. Hey, what's up, Laugh? I use Earnings Whisper, Benzinga, Gregory, a few other sources, brother. A bunch of different ones, to be honest. Snap stock earnings. Hey guys, Snapchat at 1080s. Are you guys buying this? I might buy it. If it drops really heavily after earnings, I might buy this dip. Let me know if you guys think you are. All right, let me send out my our Twitter post as well. Calls or puts. All right, we're going to do our poll here today, as we always do as well here. So, again, we're going to do our poll. Bullish or bearish on Snapchat earnings? You guys bullish or bearish? Do our poll here today, as we always do as well. Bullish or bearish on Snap? Q3 earnings. Bull or bear? Vote on the poll. We're doing it now. There we go. Snap is going to be a little bit smaller than these other ones. You know what I mean? But it'll still be relevant. Also, y'all do me a favor. Hit the like button as you come in here. Calls or puts on Snapchat. Vote on the poll real quick. All right, we're going to tweet this. Also, we're going to send out an email newsletter for earnings, as we always do. Also, be sure to join our email newsletter. Snapchat rejecting under the previous close. Join our membership, completely free, doesn't cost a penny. Get all the major economic releases emailed to you day of. Check it out. Join our membership. We're about to send our next one out right now. Watching the dollar index. Hopefully it breaks down some here. There we go. Getting ready to send our list. Again, Snapchat trying to make back a move back up. You can see it's inversely correlated with the dollar, kind of, not completely, but it's somewhat inverse correlated. Again, looking at the numbers here, guys. Looking at the numbers here. All right, it's really important that you guys understand what to expect in terms of this earnings call here. And so with that, a little bit deeper. Again, y'all hit the like button while I'm doing this. Working hard over here. All right, guys, we're sending this newsletter out now. All of our members, dollar index breaking down. This should be good for stocks. Should be good. Again, look at the dollar break. Snapchat moving up a little bit. Big dollar drop. How was the day so far? Like, what'd the market look like fully? Ooh, SPY got really weak all of a sudden, man. Very bear trend. Ape is ripping. Is it really? Snap major support. Yeah. Popcorn diet. Ape is ripping. Is it really? Let's look. Here's dollar index on the left. There's Ape. Ape is ripping, but I mean, it's down so much already. How's AMC doing? AMC's doing all right. Ripped better earlier. You can see the earnings report right here. I mean, we're going to drop it as soon as it comes out right here. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We're going to drop the major. We're going to drop the report. So Snapchat is expecting completely break even in terms of their earnings from what I'm seeing. What are you guys seeing for Snapchat earnings? I'm showing 0 EPS. 0. Yeah, so some people are expecting minus 0.1. Others are expecting anywhere between minus 0.03 to 2. EPS, profitability gauge, expectational numbers per Benzinga. All right. I love you. Yeah, that's cool. All right. I love you. All right, guys. So, yeah, it looks like they're expecting minus 0.01. So, they look like they're expected to come in at minus 0.01 profit per share, which is not improved from previously. Yeah, we do have Snapchat earnings today. Let me know if you guys think they'll be good or bad. Snapchat is 1077 right now. Are you guys buying the dip? Let me know. I'm not sure. Spy's looking to look at a yeah. Snap major support area in the day chart. It will snap up, my guess. I don't know, man. We'll see. See if we get some bear action here coming through. What's good? Hey, what's up, Fish? Hey, good to be here, man. Good to be here. Like I said, I'm a little bit scared. I just went to the heart doctor. They diagnosed me with a right some type of blockage in my heart. A right beta block, something like that. That's right BBB. RBBB. It's a right bundle block in my heart. A complete, full right bundle block in my heart, which I'm not really excited about. A little nervous about, to be honest. Yeah, I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I don't know, man. I've heard mixed things back and forth between a lot of people. Some people are like, yeah, it's not, it's good. You're all fine. It's nothing wrong. Other people are like, oh no, bro. It's serious. I don't know. Our Discord open. Getting a little bit of a flush rejection. Let's pull the SPY up here. Here's Disney. Kind of getting out of a few little positions here. Yeah, I'm all right. All right, guys, listen, we got 8 minutes before this data comes out. 8 minutes. What do you guys think? Bullish or bearish? Let's look at the polling here. $36 votes already. 44 votes already. I'm sorry. 48% think calls. 52% think bulls. You know. All right, guys. Market's starting to bounce back some. See how it plays out here. Snapchat's still consolidating pretty slow. Again, we do have the earnings dropping in about 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. $1:30 a.m. Snap will pop. Hey, let's see if it does, man. Again, market's rebounding. Rebounding, heading back up here 7 minutes before the close here. $50.50. Hey. Yeah, who has Snapchat right now? Let me know. We got 6 minutes, guys. All right, guys. Again, Snapchat up to 1080s here. 1080s. Still got some time. All right, guys. Again, we got 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Again, sorry if I'm a little bit quiet today. I went to the heart doctor. They diagnosed me with a right bundle block. So I've been just kind of researching this since I got home, which was like 10, 15 minutes ago. And so bear with me, guys. We are... We are learning. Remember, if you're trading on Top Step, look at Snapchat pop up here, guys. We got 4 minutes. Snapchat's scheduled to drop their numbers at 4:10. At 4:10. So I went to the doctor because I was having heart palpitations and chest pain, which is, again, another pretty bad sign. I'm not going to drink caffeine today. And so we're trying not to, but, again, Snapchat bull or bear, let me know what you guys think. You guys holding Snapchat through these earnings calls? All right, again, it's scheduled for 4:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The actual earnings call is scheduled for 5:30 p.m. Let me see. Hopefully it is. Hopefully they are referencing market time. All right, so they sent me some code. Hold on, let me get signed up here. All right, guys. Market close is about to happen. All right, so yeah, we okay. So earnings call starts at 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern. All right, that's not bad. We got about an hour and a half. Snap has been beat to hell and is way oversold. Layoffs should help numbers even slightly better than expected. Earnings and I expect a big pop. I have no position. Yeah. Thank you, AD. I appreciate the advice, brother. Thank you. Yeah, my only problem with the heart doctor thing is like they're like, yeah, you got this problem. You know, one of your heart things is blocked on the right side. But yeah, we're gonna do some testing. But the testing is gonna take you 3 weeks. Our next appointment's 3 weeks away, so just gonna sit with that info for the next 3 weeks, bro. You'll be okay. You know, that's what I hate about doctors. Not doctors specifically. That's what I hate about going to the doctor. Yeah. I'm bullish on Snapchat. I like Snapchat. I think Snapchat has a huge amount of daily active users, and so in that regard, you know, they just got tons of DAUs here. So with that, you know, I think when you have that, you have like big potential. We're gonna put it in sub only mode, guys. Everybody, announce yourself, show you're subscribed. We certainly appreciate the love and support. We are getting somewhat of a breakdown here. You can see us kind of scalping away at this. Yeah, so we just made $30, $40 to add to our profit on the day. I don't know if we're going to trade any more in terms of that, but we are trading a little bit today. Waiting for the earnings to drop. They should be dropping any second now. Be ready. We will try to bring them up as soon as we get them for Snapchat. Waiting for the numbers to come out. Nothing out yet. Snapchat hasn't really moved yet. Again, y'all subscribe if you haven't. A lot of different sources we're using for Snap. Again, expectations are for zero, in between 0 EPS and minus 1 cent EPS for Snapchat. There it is on the right. Patiently waiting for this to come out. All right, guys, remember the Snapchat earnings are supposed to actually drop at 4:10 market time. 4:10 p.m. market time is when they're actually supposed to drop. So again, they're not out yet. Looking around, don't see anything yet. Nothing yet. Pulling up all the different platforms we're using. Nothing yet. All right, guys, big pump up on Snapchat. Let's see if they release them earlier than scheduled. I'm not seeing anything, but a big move up to 11.45. But I don't actually see any reason for this. I don't see the numbers out yet. We're waiting. Little pop up though, so CSX Corp dropped their numbers. Nothing for Snapchat yet. All right, so starting to move up for Snapchat. Nothing out yet. All right, we're pulling back down a little bit. We're at 11s. But yeah, thank you, Pawn. Yeah, man, it's called a right bundle branch block is what this is, man. I'm super nervous about it. Nothing for Snapchat yet. Still waiting here, team. I appreciate that, Musa. Hey, what's up, Eddie? Hey, good afternoon, man. All right, guys, still waiting for the Snapchat numbers. Again, they're scheduled to be released at 4:10 market time. Yeah, maybe. I'll have to. Yeah, for sure, sir. Hey, thank you, Rand. I appreciate it. What do you guys think will happen here, guys? Still waiting on the numbers. Nothing out yet. Again, expectational numbers: 1.07 billion in revenue. You know, it's just an odd number. Like, okay, Snapchat, you're making 1.07 billion in sales revenue. You know, over $1 billion in sales revenue, but you can't work a profit in here, Snapchat. I mean, I get it, but come on now. All right, guys, 6 minutes or give or take. They might release it early, but they're scheduled to be dropped at 4:10 market time. Yeah, I appreciate it, Rain. Yeah, I'm okay. Getting a little bit of a down wick here. Doesn't look like anything's dropped. All right, there it goes. Big drops here. Looks like the numbers are out. Big drops down to 1040s. Maybe just a preemptive drop, but looks like the numbers are out somewhere here. And let's see if we can find something on where they're at. Looking for Snap. No numbers out yet. Looking everywhere. Not seeing anything dropping here. They look like they're out somewhere. It could be a preemptive drop. I mean, watching the follow through will give you an indication on if it's the actual drop or not. And dropping sizably here ahead of the time. Doesn't look like the numbers are actually out yet, though, guys. Again, they're scheduled to be released at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, y'all subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate you all. Nothing out yet. Still waiting. All right, guys, 1070s right now, 1070s for Snapchat. Again, we got about 3 minutes before the data is supposed to come out. They might be trying to shake people out. That's kind of what this looks like. Oh, wait, I still got this bundle block thing up in the heart. I'm sorry, guys, my bad. Guys, so we're still under the previous closing price. You know, like the only silver lining I'm having with this bundle block thing is that like I ran track in high school, or not in high school. I ran track in middle school, but I was actually a pretty good endurance runner, you know. And so I ran track in middle school. It was cross country, and so I've always been pretty good at endurance things. And so they say that sometimes the right bundle block can form because of for endurance athletes from your heart kind of rerouting itself to be more efficient, you know. And so hopefully that's what it is. Basically, top 3 hearts in the world right now. But I don't know if that's the case. We'll see. Snapchat moving up. It's at 1070s. We'll see if it continues. Still technically red on the day though. Technically red on the day right now. Again, Snap numbers drop in about 2 minutes. Specifically, is when they're scheduled to drop. Hey, thank you, Lafta. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, is there Revlon news? Let me see. Again, waiting for Snap. Nothing dropping yet. Again, they should be coming out in about a minute or so, give or take, about a minute. All right, so the New York Stock Exchange announced Revlon delisting proceedings in June due to bankruptcy filing. The New York Stock Exchange is going to delist and remove Revlon from the list. Here's that link. Here's that news. Again, Snap, nothing yet. Waiting. Maybe they'll be late, but no numbers for Snap yet. AT&T dropped this morning. I'm pretty sure. Legend. All right, Snap, rip it up big here. Snap numbers are out. Third quarter loss of $360 million. Third quarter revenue of $1.13 billion. Adjusted EPS of 8-cent per share profit. Snapchat had an 8-cent per share profit beat, better than expected. A loss of $360 million. Revenue of $1.13 billion. So they did beat in terms of EPS. And then they're rejecting big here. Wow. So a complete retracement of the big gains that we made, and then a huge drop. Before I could even look the other way, this is probably because they're not providing guidance numbers. There's no guidance numbers for Snapchat here. That is probably what is going on here, in my opinion. They're not dropping guidance numbers. Third quarter loss per share of 22 cents. All right, here's the numbers. Adjusted EPS of 8-cent per share profit beat the minus 1 cent estimate. Sales of 1.13 billion beat the 1.12 billion estimate. They're not providing expectations for fourth quarter revenue or adjusted EBITDA. Their daily active users are up 19% to 363 million year over year. Big drops though. I'm gonna buy this dip for sure. Yeah, we're gonna start buying this then. Feel me. Feel me at the bottom. Feel me. Oh, come on, bro. Thank you. There's 1. There's 2. There's 45 shares. There's 60 shares. We're adding on this dip, boys. We'll keep adding too, bro. This thing drops down to 8. I'll sit on this thing for a year if I need to, man. All right, there's 85 shares. We're gonna get a little 100 share position here, if it lets us. All right, we're in 115 shares. That'll be good. Not gonna add any more, but 115 shares is what we're gonna take. Again. Daily active users up 19% year over year to 363 million. They said given uncertainties related to the environment, they're not going to be providing guidance numbers. That's what the mistake was. That's the problem, is that they're not providing guidance. That's what made them tank as much as they did. But I think this is a big overreaction to it, and I think we'll probably bounce up some. Sandeep, you feel bad for me because I'm losing money live? No, I'm not. You know, Again, you might want to look around, bro. If you're talking to me specifically, maybe you're not. But I stream all the major economic earnings, and releases. We covered Netflix, Tesla earlier in the week. Our little 115 share position of Snapchat. Yeah, we're down $4. Like, I'll put it this way. So far on the day today, I've made about $700 in my business, $700 to $800. Give or take. Just to put it into perspective, we're not losing money here. Even if we're losing money in trading, we're making money outside of it. So cheers to you, sir. Have a good day. Let's see if we get a bounce, though. I mean, I still think this position will probably work. I mean, they're not doing guidance numbers, but we are pretty down from that. And they did have an earnings beat and a sales revenue beat as well. Hey, thank you, Michael. I appreciate you, brother. Even if we lose $50, $100 here, it doesn't matter. Again, I'll sit on Snapchat for a year if I need to. Why you waste your time with these bots? It kind of feels good to Discord with them sometimes. Like I said, we're in 100 shares here. I mean, we're down $30. Didn't expect a beat in earnings for Snap. Me neither. And again, this is why I'm loading up here. I might buy another 10 shares too. Just kind of get into a little position. I'll get a little bit more. There's 25. Yeah. Next year, bro. I already am laughing to the bank, bro. Like I said, man, people underestimate. I guess y'all hit the like button here. I mean, I see we only have 75 likes, 73 likes. All right, but yeah, we just loaded up on some Snapchat. Again, I'll sit on this for a year if I need to. Could add maybe another 25 shares, maybe. All right, so Snapchat says Q3 total time spent watching Snapchat content grew 55% year over year. They said we have yet to set our internal forecast based on the assumption that year over year revenue growth will be approximately flat in Q4. All right, so basically EPS beat, sales beat, didn't drop their guidance numbers, which is making the company just drop, but that's okay. Let me take another little position here. What do I want to take? Another 15 shares. Fail, mate. There we go. We're filled. All right. I like this entry. My OCD is making me add 10 more shares. All right, there we go. Now I feel better. All right, guys. So here's the numbers right now. They announced the $500 million buyback. All right. It said that we have seen the depth of Friends stories engagement per viewer decrease, and total time spent watching Friends stories remains below pre-pandemic levels. They said that Q3 total time spent watching content grew 55%. They said, while we are facing near-term headwinds to our revenue growth, we remain optimistic about our long-term opportunities based on the growth of our community and engagement. And I agree. I think that one of the things they have is like a huge community of people. A lot of people use Snapchat. But again, their big problem is that they didn't announce guidance. Third quarter DAUs, which is daily active users, is up 19% to 363 million. And that's a big number, bro. Again, almost 400 million people using your site on any day is really large numbers. Don't get it twisted. Those are big boy numbers. And again, with that, Snapchat has the big chance to profit, The actual earnings call is going to be in about an hour. And we'll stick around and we'll stream that too. We did scale into a little position here. I bought with you, John. I'll just sit and wait until we hit 10 a share. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my logic. I mean, listen, I might lose a little bit because I'm never going to pick the exact bottom. But I think Snapchat at $8 is valuable. Personally myself, I don't want people to copy me. I really have no idea what it's gonna do. But if you guys watch my swing trading tendencies, this is something I do a lot. Again, so this is a strategy of which I use very often. It's something I do very, very often, and I'm highly successful at it, in my opinion. Yeah, we're gonna stream it here, Anthony, as well. So stick around, bro. I just think it's a big enough drop to bet on a continuation. We drop down to 8. I'll probably add more. Hey, thank you. Yeah, y'all hit that like and sub button, guys. We appreciate you all. We're in sub-only mode, right? Yeah, we're in sub-only mode. Yeah, so my entry is essentially right here. I mean, that is my entry. I think we'll probably break it back above that within the next week sometime. Maybe not. Hopefully so, though. How often do you stream? I stream every day, multiple times a day, depending on what's going on. We got Snapchat earnings today. We stream the morning session as well. So yeah, we stream multiple times a day, every day. We live stream Stock Market Open. We live stream pre-market news drops, pre-market activity. We live stream from about 5:30 Central Time to about 9:30 Central Time. So we live stream from about 6:30 market time to 10:30 market time every weekday without fail. So. Yeah, we keep dropping down to 8. We'll keep adding to this. Again, I don't want people to copy me. I mean, Snapchat is one of the less... It's the less sure things, Oh, no, I just sold. I didn't want to do that. I'm dumb. Okay, my apologies. Didn't quite get that fill. It's okay. 160s. Yeah, so Snapchat came out. The algos reacted to the EPS, which was again better than expected. Their EPS was better, and their sales revenue was better, right? But as soon as they saw that they weren't dropping guidance numbers, then the market tanked. Anthony, I got you, bro. I'm gonna tell you some real advice. He says, man, every week I put $100 into my account and I get it to like $1,000 and then I screw it up and dump it all back into the market and lose it all. I'm down 1,500 total. I need to do more learning. Any advice? Well, it depends on what you're doing. Okay. If you're day trading, and you're day trading penny stocks, that's the problem right there. Day trading penny stocks is kind of a loser's endeavor. It's something that very few people end up making money with. That's the first thing to understand. So if you're day trading penny stocks, don't. Number 2 is, sometimes day trading is just not meant for everybody. You need to trade. It also sounds like you're trading way too large than you should be, way larger than you necessarily should be. In the end, if you're not profitable, you need to scale down your size until it's comfortable to do, because if you're losing too much money, you're getting too discouraged, you're adding so much money to your account, sounds frustrating, right? So one of the big things to do is just scale down your size, man. Like, listen, the confidence that scaling down your size can bring you once you actually have a profitable, provable system is valuable. Like you scale down in size, you actually start making money. That's valuable, man. You'll have confidence when you finally do scale up. So don't underestimate that. That type of confidence is valuable. Number 1, scale down. Number 2, if you're day trading penny stocks, stop it. Number 3, try swing trading, man. Swing trading can have a really profitable margin, to be honest, better than day trading a lot of the time. Swing trading is easier. There's less restrictions. You can, the most valuable aspect to look at in terms of swing trading is extension. Okay. I'm buying Snapchat up right now. I do this with Disney a lot. I wait for big dramatic overreaction drops in a stock or company that I think is going to be fine long-term. And I buy those big dramatic long-term drops or big dramatic excessive overreacting drops. And I just sit. Eventually, sometimes I do have to cut those positions. Sometimes they're losing positions, but a majority of the time, these companies bounce back at least some. And so if I can buy them on that dip and wait, even if I have to wait a year, it's just a really high percentage play. And so figure out something like that that works for you. Of course, I can't guarantee anything's going to work for you, but that's what I do. I'm buying the dip and ready to lose money here too. I am too, to be honest. Snapchat's got hundreds of millions of users. Nah, calls or puts are too dangerous, bro. And I'll explain why. Calls or puts are too dangerous simply because you can't get out of them, bro. You're stuck in that. You buy a call right now, you can't get out until tomorrow morning. You know how much stuff can change in that period of time, bro? That's the problem. You know, again, that's the problem. You know how much stuff can change in that period of time? You know, everything can change. You know, you might be right about the position. You might be right about where it's going, right? But the problem is, most of the time, things can change in the morning, you know, and you can't even get out of that position until 9:30 the next morning. So you got to sit through the entire pre-market session the next day, which, as you know, can be incredibly volatile. Incredibly volatile. All right, we got 180 shares of Snapchat now. 180 shares. We'll probably stop adding. We might add up to 200 shares and then we'll stop. And remember, guys, like, listen, I'm not trying to sell a course or a service. What I do is I trade on Top Step as well. Like, here's my profit graph. We ended up making money on Top Step today. And here is my actual graph today. Not the best looking graph. We ended up making 100. We got back to like $84 in profit, but I'll take the profit here. So this is our graph today. This is our graph the last 7 days, slightly in the green. Here's our graph in October. Much better looking graph. The October graph is noticeably better here. So here's our October graph, looking a little bit better. And then here's the full last month. So we're actually pretty profitable in terms of our day trading. Like, we kind of know what we're doing here. But again, this is a funded account program for futures. And so they give you a demo. And if you can hit their demo target on the demo while following their rules and conditions and phases, then they fund you between 50 up to 150K. Again, there's no PDT in futures as well, right? If you look at the E-mini, it's doing the same thing as the SPY. Same price action. Choppiness, right? So this is the same price action. Bounce, drop, bounce. Bounce, drop, bounce, right? Same price action on the right as the left. And you can trade this right one here in the futures market with no PDT rule. And Top Step funds traders in futures. So they give you a demo. If you can hit the target on their demo while following their rules and conditions, then they fund you between 50 up to 150K. Regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They pay out millions, fund thousands of traders a year. They are a sponsor of our video and a great way to help support the channels by checking them out. And it's a good way to get around the PDT rule. You know, again, it's a good way to have some pressure on you to succeed, but not the full extent of real money. You know, you try to put up 10K yourself and trade that for your first account, you're going to lose a lot more than $130 a month, which is what the base package on Top Step costs, right? It's better to try Top Step out. It's a demo account. You got some pressure to succeed because you want to get funded, but if you lose, it's not the end of the world. If you want to check it out, there's the link. I'm not a bag holder. I was never day trading it, Sand. You sound like a child, Sand. I was never day trading this, brother. You know, if you thought I was day trading this, then you misunderstood. What I'm actually doing, and I think as soon as I took the position, I'm going to ban you, number one, and then I'm going to respond. Okay. What I really did was, as soon as I took the position, I told people, I said, look, I'm going to buy this, and I'll hold it for up to a year if I need to. Okay, it's not a bag hold, it's an investment. You might hate Snapchat, and that's fine. But Snapchat's got a ton of daily active users, 300 plus million daily active users, right? They have monetization problems, but I think that regardless of those monetization problems, they've got a big enough user base to still make it justifiable, you know? And so again, got a pretty close entry here. And to be honest, it just sounds like you're a little kid, dude. So good day, sir. In the end, it doesn't matter. You know, we've made enough today and yesterday to where it doesn't matter, you know, and we don't sell a course or service or anything like that. And so again, we might be wildly wrong about everything, and none of that matters because we don't sell a course or anything. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll hold this thing for a year if I need to. This is tiny amounts of money to me, man. $100, dude. Oh no, you know, we'll be fine. Like I said, I don't mind taking this bet, and I think it'll probably come back sometime in the next week or two. You know, and we'll give it longer than that if we need to. But yeah, kids, man, go do your homework, bro. No, I'm not gonna ban you, Murphys. You're good. Can you hear the music? You should be able to. Right, for sure. I didn't only invest $100. I invested right now. Let's see, my investment for them is gonna be about what? About $800 or whatever it is. Or no. I bet 200 shares. So my investment for them is gonna be about $1,600, give or take. 200 shares times 809. Yeah, $1,600 and 18. There's $1,618. Maths team, maths. But we'll see what we get. Yeah, initially what happened with Snapchat, again, if you guys are just now joining us, what happened with Snapchat here is simple. Snapchat basically dropped favorable results. They dropped better than expected EPS, better than expected sales. They did not post guidance for the fourth quarter. So they didn't post future projections here for the fourth quarter. And so because of that, they reversed completely. They went up to 12.12 and then reversed all the way back down to the $8 level where we're sitting now. Hey, that means it's good, bro. It's doing the work. What was the review of earnings call? Are they sounding confident or more pain? So the earnings call hasn't actually happened yet. How do you get to trade extended hours like you're doing? TD Ameritrade, you got to change the time and force to EXT. You got to hold it for a day, maybe, if that, give it an hour. Yeah, well, the way I swing trade, guys, is very simple. Again, I mean, you can see this with Disney, right? People can say, oh, John can't trade or whatever, right? But let's look at my Disney trades. Let's just show the trades. All right, so again, what I really do here with my trading on Disney is simple. Look, let's show you guys. All right, I buy the dips here. So again, here's a dip, right? I start buying these big extended drops, just like Snapchat is doing right here. And this is pulled directly from my platform. I buy these big extended drops. What do? I wait for a rebound. I sell, right? I do this every single time. This is my latest one on Disney, right? You can see the latest Disney drop. We bought this big drop. We scaled into 125 shares, very similar to what I'm doing with Snapchat. And then 3 or 4 days later, we cut it right at the top. We made really nice gains. We bought it at like 91.50. We sold it at like 100. Or like 96 and 97 bucks. So great entries there. Again, we did the same thing here. We bought 50 plus shares at 94.40s, sold some more at 99s. And so again, another dip buy here. We'll kind of slowly scale into positions doing that. We slowly scale in here. We sell at the top. We buy at the bottom, sell at the top. We buy at the bottom, we sell at the top. We keep doing this over and over again. You can see me do this all year. It's a very common swing trading strategy. And it works really, really well. And people can say whatever they want about it. They can say, oh, well, you know, they don't like it. That's fine. But it makes me money, and that's the only thing that matters. Thirty-year fixed mortgage rate hit 7.37%, the highest. Yeah, do your thing, man, big man. I get it. I'm not fallen in love with Snapchat, you know. But I don't mind buying that dip and waiting for a rebound, to be honest. All right, guys. Again, we got about an hour before the actual earnings call for Snapchat. About an hour. I'm debating on whether we should hold it or not. What do you guys think? You guys want to see us stick around and cover the actual earnings call for Snap? I could. It starts in less than an hour. About 55 minutes, though, so it's still got some time. Here's the SPY. Starting to move up a little bit. Hey, thank you, Legend. Yeah, man, they diagnosed me today, guys. Now with that, we got more people here. We still got over 400 people here. They diagnosed me today with a right. What is it called? It is called a right bundle block in my heart, which is a blockage of some sort in my heart. Little nervous about it, to be honest. The reason I went to the heart doctor, I was having chest pains when I breathed in specifically, and specifically when I was laying down. And so the doctor did an EKG, and they said that I had a right bundle block in my heart, which I've been kind of freaking out about since I found this out. Hopefully it's nothing major. And I think from researching it, it says that it could be nothing, but that it also could be a sign that something's wrong with my heart, whether it's coronary artery disease, whether it is some type of, plaque buildup or whatever, that's not good. Yeah, unbundle it. I mean, that's what I said, bro. Did y'all know that after 45 days in office, Liz Truss is eligible to collect 115 pounds per year for the rest of her life, just by being the prime minister for 45 days? I mean, I'd step down if I was her too. I mean, shit, might as well. SPY trying to pop back up. Hey, thank you guys. Yeah, appreciate all the prayers, kind words, all that good stuff. Hopefully I'm okay. That's why she was all smiles. Yeah. Yeah, she got the bag. Please stay on. This is my first month trading. I've lost some gains, but enjoying learning from folks like you, praying for your heart issue. Hey, thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. Okay, so Karen, I'm gonna I'll probably stick around. It's all good. I'm gonna tell you guys some things that you need to hear in the beginning, because I see there's a lot of new people here that are new to trading, that are struggling, and I want to be honest with people, okay? Because not many people are honest with people regarding trading, right? You get started trading. All right. So we got the sun in my eyes again for day 2, but all right, guys. So Yeah. So when you're first getting started in trading, I want you guys to all be very weary of a few different things. Number one is that day trading, and especially day trading penny stocks, has very predatory courses. Uh, People renting Lamborghinis to look more successful than they are. People renting mansions and Airbnbs for a week and then filming in those and acting like they're theirs, and then using that type of luxury stuff to sell courses to unexpected retail new traders. Happens very, very often, right? And they sell the course for $6,000, $7,000. And what these gurus thrive on is confirmation bias, is what they thrive on. They thrive on confirmation bias. If you don't know what confirmation bias is, it means you want to confirm what you want to believe is true, right? So what you want to believe is true. You want to believe what you want to happen, essentially, is what it means, right? And so if you spend $6,000 on a course, you want to believe that that course was good because you spent $6,000 on it. And so that makes you ignore a lot of terrible stuff in those courses, right? And so you talk to somebody that spent that $6,000, what are they going to say? They're going to say, man, this is the best course ever, best course I've ever taken. They could say one word, best course ever. All right. And so those courses are predatory, and also understand the fact that everything is publicly available. You can find all the stuff that are in those sleazy thousands plus dollar courses out here for free already. You do not need to buy them. Trading is free. You can find free information. YouTube, full of free stuff. All right. Same stuff in those courses is out there for free somewhere. Same type of stuff, not completely verbatim the same, but close enough to where you're not going to get any extra value spending extra $1,000. All right. There's so many free courses out there that are incredibly valuable. And there's not really any super secret information in those courses. There's not any super secret information. It's all repackaged, relabeled, reworded of the same stuff. It's the same things, purely the same things. There's no difference in those courses than a lot of the paid ones and the free ones. All right. And so again, if you're in the marketing is great, they're going to convince you that you're just going to change your life with these courses. Don't. It's not going to. Trading takes years to be successful. It takes years to be successful because there's a conditioning element to it. You got to condition yourself through repetition to do the right things, to make the right decisions. It's like Pavlov and the dog. You gotta do it over and over and over again until the correct moves come second nature. You don't have to think about them. And so because of that, you're not going to be able to change your life in 2 months trading. I don't care what anybody says. You're not going to be able to take a $5,000 account and turn it into $100K in a week because you buy some dude's course. And so just be careful. The market itself can be very predatory. Take it slow, trade small, and understand that there's a lot of predatory stuff out there. I think funded account programs, with all of that said, people hate on funded account programs, but I think funded account programs are great options for new traders, right? You know why? It's because new traders want to trade big. They want to trade large. But if you give a new trader $10,000 of their own money and you say, hey, trade big, they're going to lose thousands of dollars, right? These funded account programs, they give you a demo. And if you can hit the target on the demo while following their rules and following their phases and stuff, then they will fund you, right? So you got some pressure to succeed, but not the full extent of pressure of a real account, right? So I think funded account programs are a good option. I think paper trading is a good option if you're new. But just trade small and trade safe. Don't get pressured into spending money that you need on content, because it's almost all nonsense, and you're almost always going to feel regretful. And the ones that don't feel regretful are the ones that have just extreme amounts of confirmation bias, and misery loves company. So what do? They go around, oh, best course ever, and they just turn into shills for these gurus that are just out here. It's just very common, very common. And so that's the truth. Nobody wants to hear it. Everybody wants to pretend it's not like that, because everybody wants to believe that they're going to make money and they're going to change their life in 3 weeks, day trading or whatever it is. Everybody wants to believe that. It's not going to happen. You're just going to lose money. You're going to feel more regretful. It's going to put you in a worse place. If you're financially struggling, you should not be day trading, because again, day trading takes years to learn, and you lose the entire time leading up to actually being good. And so if you're struggling, you're going to be losing money for the next few years. It's actually much better to just find a better, stable source of income instead of building your trading, Yeah, Mir, I feel you, bro. Oh, nice, Karen. Hey, well, good luck. Like I said, that's honestly, if I could start over, that's what I would do. Yeah, honestly, Andrew Tate did do it. Andrew Tate, his Hustlers University was super sleazy. Again, and he's got all these people wrapped up in it because they believe with his political ideologies. And I'm not here to talk about politics. I don't really care either side. I don't really like either side. But what Andrew Tate would do is Andrew Tate would sell a course for $6,000 on nonsense stuff you could find on Google. 100% stuff you can find on Google, right? Find on YouTube for free. You don't need to pay $6,000 for this. He'd sell it for $6,000, and then what he would do is he would hire all these affiliates and give them a cut of it, right? So, they're out here slanging a $6,000 course, and I'm not knocking you for selling courses. I'm an affiliate. I have sponsors, so I'm not against affiliate relationships, but a $6,000 course on nonsense, I can't get behind that, but he would allow them to use his image and likeness. And so that's why you saw him everywhere. He would allow his affiliates to use his image and likeness and use his clips. And so you see Andrew Tate clips everywhere. The reason for that is because he's allowing his affiliates are actually trying to sell you his course is what they're trying to do. They're going to include it in the description and they're going to hope you buy it. And then they get 20% or whatever it is. That's what was going on. And that's fine. Affiliate relationships are fine. I'm in many of them. But the problem is the content of that course was complete nonsense and it was predatory. Yeah, 100%, Michael. As the young people say, facts, And again, I mean, I take sponsors, I take affiliates, but I take them from good companies. Like Top Step, really dope company. People hate on them. Again, Top Step pays out millions of dollars a year in withdrawals to their funded traders. They're the most legitimate funded account program in the world. They are regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And I think, again, people, it's not easy to get funded. Like, it's not going to be easy to put up a couple $100 and get funded. They're going to put you through a big test. But in the end of the day, that test is going to make you a better trader, and it's cheap. The most expensive one's less than $400, right? It's cheap. That's very cheap, right? So if you can become a better trader, condition yourself, take some testing, trade the demo, try to get funded, follow their rule set, their rule software, all that good stuff, then I think there is obvious objective value there, And so again, you can check out Top Step. I'm sponsored by Top Step, of course, so I'm definitely biased in their favor. But like, in terms of sponsors, I'm okay with affiliate relationships. But what Andrew Tate did was just, it was sleazy. He's selling content you can find at one click of the button on Google with misleading marketing for thousands of dollars. I see BBIG trending. Tesla moving up. SPY moving down. Tesla's still at 206s. It's time to buy the Tesla dip. AMC started to rip up. Ape ripped up some. That's cool. Here's the Q. Probably getting affected by October 27th, Joshua. Yeah. It just takes time, man. That's just the big thing of it. It just takes time. Hey man, do you see a bounce this day is too much dump in my opinion? I don't know. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. Market right now is down slightly. Only day trade blue chips. Yes, penny stocks are predatory and sleazy. Most people fail. Large majority of people fail trading blue chips. Or trading large caps. Or trading penny stocks, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, Q is down, probably on Snapchat's demise here. Here's the SPY. SPY's doing all right. I mean, it's at 365. It's had a pretty big red day. Yeah, large caps are much more profitable in terms of day trading, swing trading as well. All right, guys, starting to get a little bit of a rebound in Snapchat. Again, we do have the actual earnings call starting in 40 minutes, guys. 40 minutes. Or I'm sorry, it's actually scheduled for 24 minutes away. Y'all do me a favor, hit that subscribe button as well, guys. If you have not already, we certainly appreciate it if you do. All right, guys. Snapchat's still consolidating around 8. We have built up a support level here. I think I might add a little bit more to this. I think I should add like another 20 shares. I might add another 10 shares here. And then add a little bit more. All right, so there we go. Might add another 10 shares, get a flat 200 shares of Snap. Entry's pretty solid. My entries are right around here. That's my entry right there. So again, pretty easy rebounding level, I think. We'll go ahead and finish the rest off down here. Yeah, my entry's right here now, so not bad. We will take it. Could always add more if I want. I'm not going to, I don't think, right now. We'll just give it time to bounce. I think it's pretty cheap. Again, these are the Snap numbers here. Snap dropped 120, or Snap dropped 7-cent per share profit. Beat the zero estimate sales of 1.13 billion. Beat the 1.12 billion estimate. They're not providing fourth quarter numbers. Conference call is in about 30 minutes or so, give or take. Yeah, guys, the earnings call starts in less than 40 minutes. Yeah, we're going to stream it live. For sure. I am long one snap. Again, very cheap entry, small position. All right, guys, patiently waiting here. SPY down. Earnings call starts in about 35 minutes. Oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to hold over the weekend. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if we get a bounce back. We still got some time. I mean, we had a big knee-jerk reaction to the actual earnings call or to the earnings report. The call is in about, let's see. Here's the countdown to the call. $18. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Again, either way, if it loses, it's not the end of the world for me personally. And yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go check out. I'm gonna go check out. I gotta take a piece of aspirin, man. Like I said, they diagnosed me with today a right bundle block, which I've kind of been freaking out about. Now, hopefully, it's nothing. Trying to figure out what the difference between right and left bundle block. I know left is worse. All right, guys. Again, we're still kind of sitting back. We're at 803s right now. Let me know if you got any stocks that you think are worthwhile paying attention to. We do have the actual earnings call starting pretty soon. That up so you guys could see it. I went to the heart doctor. I was having heart pains, chest pains. When I breathed in, I was having chest pains. All right, guys. Again, we're pretty getting a sideways range here. We're looking at the support level at $8 to see if it holds that level. Do the call will move the price of Snap? It'll move it some. To what degree, I'm not sure. Again, other earnings we had today. We had a few other ones. Nothing really major. Tomorrow is when the big earnings start. Or no, tomorrow is not big earnings. I'm sorry. Tomorrow we got Verizon and Amex. And that's it basically. Next week we got big earnings. Next week will be fun. Next week we have nothing really big Monday morning. Monday evening we got Logitech, Crane, Aaron's, Calix. A lot of bank earnings Monday, but nothing really big, to be honest. No huge companies. Monday evening. Tuesday is when we start to get big numbers coming out for earnings and big earnings releases that are dropping on Tuesday specifically. Yeah, if they give a hint of guidance, it can move. The whole reason they're down so much is because they didn't drop guidance. That was the problem. So they didn't actually report guidance like they should have. I'm trying to stick around and let you guys watch this earnings call with us. My internet going out? Sound check. Can you guys hear me? Sound check 1 2 1 2. Looks like everything's fine. Test. It should be fine. Yeah, we got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason. For whatever reason, it didn't. Nothing was showing up. All right, cool, Kristen. Thank you guys for the heads up. We appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna see if Snapchat can bounce. All right, guys. Crystal clear. All right, cool. Music just stopped. I know it did. I'm gonna get my headphones set back up. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Should be able to hear it now. So we're working, but for whatever reason, my all right. So yeah, Tuesday of next week is when the big one happens. It's Thursday right now. We don't really have anything major, but Tuesday of next week is when the big ones happens. Tuesday we have UPS, Coca-Cola, General Motors, General Electric, JetBlue, Raytheon, and a few other ones. But the big ones, man, we gotta lower this. This is too large. There we go. So yeah, Tuesday evening is the big one. We got Google, Microsoft, Visa, Chipotle, Spotify, Texas Instruments, all Tuesday morning or Tuesday evening. That's the big one. That's the one that's really going to be relevant. That's the one that everybody's going to be paying attention to. And then Wednesday, we've got Boeing, which is big. Waste Management, Bristol Myers, Hilton, Kraft, Harley Davidson, General Dynamics, Hess, CME Group, Garmin, Wingstop. And that's just Tuesday evening or Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning. Wednesday evening, we got Facebook, Ford, Teladoc. So big numbers, Upwork. And then I think Thursday is Apple, if I remember correctly, right? So that's Wednesday evening. Thursday morning, we've got Shopify, Caterpillar, McDonald's, MasterCard, Southwest, Merck. And then Thursday evening, we've got Apple, Amazon, Intel, Pinterest, T-Mobile. So yeah, that's the big ones. We got some big ones coming out. So again, hopefully we get some positive things. Let me know any calls that you got going on for these earnings. Friday, Exxon, looks like it's the gas earnings day. Let's see about November now. Let's look at Monday of the next week. Looks like earnings are going to start to slow down after that. Yeah, nothing really big Monday. We got like Avis Budget Group. Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday we got some stuff. We got SoFi, Uber, Pfizer in the morning. Marathon. AMD Tuesday evening. Airbnb Tuesday evening. Goodyear. Some stuff there. Let's see about Wednesday. Roku Wednesday. QCOM, Etsy, eBay, Fastly, MGM, Robinhood. Thursday, Moderna, ConocoPhillips, Nikola. Hopefully the earnings don't roll down, for Nikola. PayPal, SQ, Coinbase, Starbucks, Twilio, Thursday evening. So we got next. So next Monday on the 7th, Palantir, BioNTech. Again, Snapchat just consolidating sideways. We were waiting for the earnings call to start. It should start sometime in the next 25 minutes or so. Activision, Blizzard, Lyft, TTOO. Disney and Affirm. Disney earnings are going to be Tuesday, the 8th. Gotta check in when all the big earnings are dropping. Wednesday, Roblox, Fiverr, Rivian, BYND, Bumble, Wish, Zip, Thursday. Looks like all the big earnings are over by the 10th of November here. We got Walmart in the morning. Market slow. Again, kind of sitting back waiting. Yeah, basically all the earnings are going to be done by the 17th of next month. So we still got another month of earnings releases. That should help Advance Auto Parts. Yeah, so we're watching earnings. Next week, we got some big ones, though. Next week's probably the biggest week of earnings. It's arguable. This week could be considered it with Tesla and Netflix and Snapchat. But next week, we're going to have Apple, Amazon, AMD, I believe, and a bunch of other big ones. So, hey, what's up, Liv? Yeah, we're doing good, man. Doing good. So they beat earnings, yet the stock went down. Well, the stock went down because they didn't post future projections and guidance. Stock went down because they did not post their guidance numbers. Sheesh, man. Yeah, so I'm kind of sitting here. The sun's in my eyes, so I think I'm just going to stand, actually. All right, guys, 20 minutes. But yeah, the Snapchat stock went down because they did not drop guidance. Power nap. 20 minutes. Yeah, if they give just a piece of guidance, it might impact them big. So nothing yet. Oh yeah, they did. They said they did announce for Snapchat a. Here's basically what's going down here for Snap, in terms of like what they got coming out. They posted a third quarter loss per share of 22 cents, a third quarter loss of 359 million. 1.13 billion in third quarter revenue. Adjusted EPS was 8-cent profit. Third quarter daily active users was 363 million. That is 19% better than the same period last year. They authorized a stock repurchase program of up to 500 million. So a 500 million buyback program of Class A stock. They had 4.4 billion in cash and cash equivalents and marketable securities as of September 30th. They did cite uncertainties related to the operating environment for not providing guidance. And again, they okayed the $500 million share buyback program. They said a few other things as well, but that's essentially what happened. All right, guys. So, yeah, Angela, I'm getting checked out again. It's called I have a. It's called RBBB, is what it's called. So, called a right bundle branch block. It's an electrocardiogram finding that occurs when the physiological electrical conduction system of the heart, specifically in one of their systems, is altered and interrupted, resulting in a widening QRS and electrocardiographic vector changes. So it means the activation of the right ventricle of my heart is delayed. All right, guys. So again, we do have some time here. Let me see. How's NBA Top Shot doing? How are NFTs doing right now? It's so long since I. Okay, so I got one Carmelo Anthony too. Let me see. I'm holding a few NFTs, but none of them are that good. All right, guys. Spy at 365.60s. Again, Snapchat's still at $8. We got about 15 minutes before the actual call starts. We got about 37 seconds. Hopefully they'll start it soon. They'll probably just put us on hold music, though, leading up to it, though, team. So we do have a few minutes until the actual earnings call starts. All right, yeah, so we're waiting for it to start. Broadcast should start pretty soon. Again, we got 15 minutes. Gotcha, Steve. Sounds good, man. Bro. Bro, are they serious, dude? I muted it. Why are you restarting this thing, bro? Yeah, I'm familiar. He or she will be able to help you understand the RBB more specifically for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Like, my only thing with it right now is like, okay, so I went to the heart doctor today. I've kind of been freaking out since I figured it out, but they did an EKG and they diagnosed me with a right bundle block, which is a blockage of some sort in my heart, which is not. Yeah, I'm not really excited about it, to be honest. Kind of nervous about it, and so with that, over the next like 3 weeks, I got to do a bunch of different tests and imaging, and so hopefully it's nothing major, but it could be indicative of like heart problems, unfortunately. So y'all send some good prayers, thoughts, good vibes my way, and hopefully it's nothing, but it could be indicative of that. It is a possibility that that's what this is. The whole reason I went to the doctor is because I was getting chest pains. Um, and so in that regard, that's not really a good sign. If you don't have symptoms with it, it's usually fine. But with symptoms, it's usually not good, which this is with symptoms, unfortunately. So my wife is on it though, man. All right, good. So they're going to do the echocardiogram tomorrow instead, which is nice. Hey, thanks, Spec. Thank you, man. Fed said they won't stop quantitative tightening until wages come down. That won't happen until unemployment rises, and that won't happen until the market drops. Yeah, for sure. Hey, you're on speaker. What's up?
Hey,
I'm streaming right now.
just real quick.
Yeah, my wife is on it, so props to my wife, man. She's a good wife, dude. She originally they had scheduled like the doctor's so full they weren't going to be able to do the echocardiogram for like 2 weeks, and so um because of that, I was gonna have to wait like 2 weeks just to get my testing done, which is just kind of an extended period of time. If I'm having chest pains and they find some type of blockage in my heart, you would think they would rush me in and get me seen as soon as possible, but they were just booked up. But Carol somehow got them to move it up to tomorrow, so that's good. So hopefully we can get it done and nothing's wrong. But yeah, shout out to Carol. She did a good job. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Yeah, for sure, man. Honestly, it's all good. Honestly, overseas, I lived in Canada for a year. You know, my stepdad's Canadian. He's from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. Shout out to all my Canadians. Their healthcare system ain't much better, bro. You know, um, yeah, that's all I'll say is you'll be waiting much longer than that in Canada. I'll put it that way. Hey, thank you, Relentless. Hope you're doing good, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I'm okay. Like I said, it's probably nothing. But the only thing that got me worried is if I have symptoms, if I don't have any symptoms and they just randomly find it on an EKG, then I'm probably fine. Right. But if I show symptoms, then that could be indicative of some type of heart problem, which, I've been having like the symptoms I've been having, like when I breathe in, I've been getting chest pain. When I breathe in, it's worse when I lay down too. And so, it's worse when I lay down. But when I lay down, when I breathe in, I get this weird chest pain feeling. If I stand up, it almost goes away. So, man. Yeah, and I've been diagnosed with peripheral artery disease as well, probably because I sit down so much, which is why I'm standing today. But because I sit down for so long, like I stream for 6 hours a day, 5, 6, 4, 3, whatever. Uh, I stream for so long that sometimes I think it can affect my circulation. So I'm standing up right now. All right, so we're still waiting on hold. Um, all right, guys. So Snapchat did bounce up a little bit. It did bounce up. It's at 803s right now. 803s. You do sports. Well, I mean, one of the good signs is that they said that it could be. They said that they said that endurance athletes uh, could have it because they said for endurance athletes like track runners and stuff like that they have a higher likelihood of getting it because their heart reroutes it to compensate for the added endurance, right? And so it says that endurance athletes specifically could have a higher chance of having um, RBBB, which is what it's called. And I did run track and cross country, and so and I do have pretty good endurance. So maybe, hopefully, that's what it is. But again, we'll see. All right, guys, 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Yeah, Google's my worst fear. What the doctor told me originally, guys. All right, guys, we got 8 minutes. What the doctor told me originally, she was like, "Look, do not Google this." But I mean, listen, you tell somebody not to Google it, what are you gonna do? I mean, I'm gonna Google that ish fast. Of course, I'm gonna Google it. Um, do you take song requests? Nah, bro. Wait, what's up, ST? Can Snapchat still go to 10? I don't know, man. Is it? Can it? It could. I don't know if it will. Okay, got you, Wayne. Hey, I appreciate the knowledge, man. He said RBB generally not to worry, especially at your age. EKG sometimes provides false. I was hoping it would be false positives. We have one of those home EKGs that we take from home. That we have one of these home EKGs that I take from home, and it never showed up there. But when they strapped all the nodes on me, it showed up. So hopefully, I was hoping it would be a false positive, but I can only hope. All right, guys, 7 minutes before Snapchat earnings. Again, let me know your predictions. Looking at the polls here, we got about 800 votes. 43% are bullish, 57% are bearish on Snapchat, which is a little bit higher than normal, I would say. Most people are usually very bullish on individual stocks here. We also did a Twitter post as well. So we'll see if we get something favorable here. But the Twitter post specifically shows about 51% are calls, 49% are puts. So it's pretty split down the middle in terms of Twitter. We'll see. Starting to bounce up a little bit. We've been mostly sideways though since about 4:30 market time. All right, 6 minutes. All right, guys. So SPY moving up a little bit short term, but yeah, I truly do appreciate all the kind words. I'm sure I'm fine. I'm kind of a hypochondriac, and so I'll be all right. Google is my worst enemy. I'll look up. I've got a generic cough, sniffle, brain cancer. You know what I mean? And so Google's my worst enemy, but I'll be all right. And I appreciate the kind words, and also the recommendations, also the tips and advice and knowledge. So we appreciate you all. All right, starting to bounce back. My mother told me. You're not talking about Leonard Skinner, are you? Simple Man? Or like a different my mother told me. Or maybe Leonard Skinner's my mama told me. Mama told me. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those. But man, Liz Truss is going to earn about 115,000 pounds a year for the rest of her life, just for being the prime minister for 40-something days. Yeah, I mean, inflationary problems right now just have everybody scared. The problem is, like, a lot of people are working. The reason the job numbers are high is because people need to work more in order to pay for things because things are so expensive. Inflation is high. That's the problem. All right, guys, 3 minutes. Oh. All right, guys. Hey, y'all check out y'all check out Top Step, sponsor of our video. Check them out. Great way to help support the channel. I'll post this link. Also, check out Chart Prime. You can find the link in the description as well if you're interested in catching it. Also, again, check out Chart Prime. Chart Prime's super useful, man, in identifying a lot of this cool stuff. Again, Chart Prime. I'll post the link here. You can check them out. Super useful because Chart Prime will literally show me where the bottoms are. I've been using it heavily too in markets here. So if you look at TradingView, for instance, look how cool this is. Right. All right. We got 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. If we look at this here, we pull up the SPY right now. All right, this thing will literally show me where the tops and bottoms are, as well as all the major support and resistance. Like, look at how accurate this thing is at predicting bottoms here. Bullish engulfing, bounce over 10 minutes. Bullish engulfing, bounce. Bullish engulfing, bounce. Bullish engulfing, bounce. This one is a proprietary algorithm in their Oracle that predicts upward movement as well. Look, possible reversal up, bounce. Bearish engulfing, drop. Possible reversal down. That one was wrong. This one was right. Let's look. This one was wrong. This one was wrong too, but that one was right. 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 So I've been pretty accurate in terms of identifying momentum. Check out Chart Prime. Link is in the description. We should have this pretty up pretty soon here. And so we are waiting for the actual earnings call to start. Again, let me check. And we'll leave you guys to it once the earnings call starts. Still nothing yet. Still waiting on this. All right, guys. Should be starting anytime now. Here's 4:30 or 5:30. Also, sound check. Can you hear the music right now? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? You should be able to. Hey, what's up, Anthony? All right, we're going to go ahead and close that. All right, still waiting here. That's some obnoxious music for Snapchat. All right, let's see if this starts. Nothing yet. Still in hold.
Good afternoon, everyone, and
Sound
welcome
check.
to Snap Inc.'s third quarter 2022 earnings conference call. At this time, participants are in a listen-only mode. I would now like to turn the call over to David Ometer, Head of Investor Relations.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Snap's third quarter 2022 earnings conference call. With us today are Evan Spiegel, Chief Executive Officer and Co-founder, Jerry Hunter, Chief Operating Officer, and Derek Anderson, Chief Financial Officer. Please refer to our investor relations website at investor.snap.com to find today's press release, slides, investor letter, and investor presentation. This conference call includes forward-looking statements which are based on our assumptions as of today. Actual results may differ materially from those expressed in these forward-looking statements, and we make no obligation to update our disclosures. For more information about factors that may cause actual results to differ materially from forward-looking statements, please refer to the press release we issued today, as well as risks described in our most recent Form 10-Q, particularly in the section titled Risk Factors. Today's call will include both GAAP and non-GAAP measures. Reconciliations between the two can be found in today's press release. Please note that when we discuss all of our expense figures, they will exclude stock-based compensation and related payroll taxes, as well as depreciation and amortization and non-recurring charges. Please refer to our filings with the SEC to understand how we calculate any of the metrics discussed on today's call. With that, I'd like to turn the call over to Evan.
Hi, everyone, and thank you all for joining us. While our business continued to face significant headwinds this quarter, we took action to further focus our business on our three strategic priorities of growing our community and deepening their engagement with our products, re-accelerating and diversifying our revenue growth, and investing in augmented reality. We believe that we can be successful in this new operating environment, but we must rigorously prioritize our investments and continue to delight our community with our products while driving success for our advertising partners. Growing our community and engagement is one of our most important inputs to long-term success because it increases our overall revenue opportunity and strengthens our network effects. Our team remains focused on expanding our product offering and deepening engagement with our global community, which increased 19% year over year to reach 363 million daily active users. Our revenue grew 6% year over year to $1.13 billion, and we generated adjusted EBITDA of $73 million and free cash flow of $18 million. We are focused on increasing our share of wallet as growth in the overall digital advertising segment slows by working to increase the return on advertising spend delivered by our direct response advertising platform, as we believe these are the most defensible advertising budgets in a challenged economic environment. To achieve this, we are investing in driving scalable, lower funnel performance for our advertising partners and making improvements to our ad platform and auction dynamics so that we can continue to deliver strong returns on advertising spend. Our camera has evolved into a leading platform for augmented reality. Our AR products and services are already driving a major impact at scale today, as Snapchatters use our services to shop, play, learn, explore, and entertain themselves. This quarter, we announced several new valuable partnerships, innovative AR experiences, and new AR features and capabilities in Lens Studio. Over 250 million people engage with augmented reality on Snapchat every day. Accelerating our lead in augmented reality helps us build a durable competitive advantage that comes from investing over the long term, building sophisticated technical tools and capabilities, and growing a platform that is increasingly differentiated and difficult to replicate. This momentum and the creative energy of the Snapchat community makes us incredibly excited about the future of augmented reality. As part of our reprioritization efforts, we have reorganized our team to better meet the challenges of the current environment and to make as much progress as possible, as quickly as possible, in the areas of our business that we are able to control. In particular, there is a significant opportunity to improve coordination and prioritization across our engineering, sales, and product teams. In an effort to realize this opportunity, we promoted Jerry Hunter to Chief Operating Officer. Jerry leads our monetization efforts across our 3 operating regions, EMEA, APAC, and Americas, as well as our engineering, growth, partnerships and content, AR Enterprise, and SMB teams. Jerry has repeatedly demonstrated operational rigor at scale, leading our business through several challenging transitions, including the build-out of our advertising platform, the rebuild of our Android product, our infrastructure optimizations, and most recently, significant investments in our platform integrity team. With that, I'm excited to introduce Jerry.
Thanks, Evan, and thank you everybody for joining our call. I see significant opportunities for our business in the years ahead. As a business, our primary focus is on driving lower funnel performance and improving yield of our inventory for advertising partners. We're working to improve optimization against lower funnel objectives to drive more conversions and innovating on our advertising formats in order to make them more native and engaging. Improving our product and technical performance of our advertising platform requires tight collaboration and teamwork across sales, product, and engineering. Our renewed focus will be on creating alignment across our teams to ensure that feedback from clients helps inform our product roadmap and that each of our teams is more directly accountable for advertiser success. After years of rapid growth in the size of our team, we're focused on driving productivity in our sales organization and improving our go-to-market with more clarity about the role that Snapchat plays in the lives of our community and how we can help businesses grow. We will listen to our clients, clearly understand their challenges and opportunities, and demonstrate how Snapchat can play a meaningful role in driving their success. We're also working hard to deliver new revenue-generating opportunities, including Spotlight, augmented reality advertising, and our Snapchat Plus subscription service. We're expanding our advertising test within Spotlight in Q4, especially as we see many opportunities to introduce advertising formats that align well with this new content viewing experience. With hundreds of millions of people using AR every day, we have a huge opportunity to help businesses reach their customers with immersive and engaging augmented reality experiences. Snapchat Plus represents an exciting opportunity to diversify our revenue streams outside of advertising, and we have a direct ability to increase subscribers with new product features and by driving awareness of our subscription offering. I couldn't be more excited to be here at Snap, and I look forward to sharing more about our plans for 2022 and beyond. Thank you, and with that, we can begin our Q&A.
Thank you. We will now begin the question and answer session. To ask a question, you may press star, then 1 on your touchtone phone. If you are using a speakerphone, please pick up your handset before pressing the keys. To withdraw your question, please press star, then 2. In the interest of time, we ask that you please limit yourself to 1 question. After your initial question is asked, your line will be muted. At this time, we will pause momentarily to assemble our roster. The first question comes from the line of Eric Sheridan with Goldman Sachs.
Thanks so much for taking the question. Maybe I'll do a two-parter if I can. I think first, Evan, what people still want to hear is sort of looking back over the last 4 or 5 quarters as Apple made the policy changes they did, and the industry's been in this sort of transformative mode over the last 12 plus months. What have been some of the key learnings of where you found the infrastructure and the ad product maybe less well positioned in terms of what's happened from an industry shift standpoint? And turning to the forward timetable, you've obviously laid out an investment plan to sort of reposition the ad product for the long term. Can we get a better sense of like where you are in the process of repositioning the ad platform for the medium to long term, and how should we be thinking about what the pathway is in terms of headwinds versus tailwinds from a monetization standpoint? Thanks.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, so at a high level, we're focused on building our business for the long term, and that means that we really put our community at the center of everything that we do, and we innovate to offer products that add value to people's lives by empowering them to express themselves, live in the moment, learn about the world, and have fun together. And that long-term perspective is really what informs our strategy as we think about navigating this difficult macro environment that has impacted our advertising business over the past few quarters. So we made the decision to reprioritize and focus our investments on our three strategic priorities: growing our community and their engagement, reaccelerating and diversifying our revenue, and investing in augmented reality. And these changes should allow us to drive continued growth in our community while delivering free cash flow, even with low levels of revenue growth. And that gives us a lot more flexibility to focus on the long term in an environment where the cost of capital has increased quite dramatically. There's a lot of opportunity to generate incremental revenue across our platform, whether that's our AR platform, Spotlight, or the Map. We've also been growing our Snapchat Plus subscription service, which is another way that we deliver value to our community and allows us to monetize the high levels of engagement that we have across our service. Operationally, our advertising business has become a lot more technically complex over the past few years as advertisers are working to better measure and optimize their campaigns. That means that we need to drive increased coordination across our sales, engineering, and product teams, which is one of the reasons I'm so excited to have Jerry leading these teams as our COO. I've already observed a significant change in the way that our teams are working together, and I'm really pleased to see the focus on our advertising customers driving everything that they do. I mean, tactically, really that means working to make conversions on our platform more observable and easier to measure. Whether that's more on-platform or click-through conversions, improvements to our first-party tooling, third-party tooling and partnerships, ad format improvements, ML and optimization improvements, and of course, continuing to grow our inventory. We saw about an 8% increase in impressions year over year in the quarter, which is really a function of daily active users and engagement. And then as we're looking to the future, we've really tried to make sure that all of our investments are lined up against those three strategic priorities that I mentioned. Community growth, revenue growth, and AR, and that's really how we're going to be working through this challenging environment.
The next question comes from the line of Brian Nowak, Morgan Stanley.
Great. Thanks for taking my questions. I have two, maybe. Jerry, let me ask you a couple. So just can you give us some examples of one or two of the most important steps that you see yourself focusing on to really improve the performance-driven business and how quickly that business can ramp within the overall mix, just blocking and tackling? Then the second one, with U.S. time spent down 5%, and really the core Snap stories seem to be what are in decline. How do you think about sort of differentiating the pitch to advertisers and even users as your engagement is increasingly driven by short form video and long form video? Thanks.
Thanks for the question, Brian. I'm excited about the opportunities we have for our business. Advertising has become more technical as signals and measurement continue to evolve. I actually have three things I want to tell you about. First is building up the connective tissue between sales, engineering, and product. That includes feedback mechanisms into product from sales and customers, and better go-to-market planning that ensures customer success on our platform. Two is continuing to strengthen our DR business, which we know is more defensible both in good and challenging times. We'll do this by continuing to drive our first-party measurement, and we're seeing strong adoption by our top advertisers. Making our systems work better with third-party measurement systems like Google Analytics, and continuing to improve personalization and optimization. And the third thing is bringing top talent to our three president roles for the Americas, APAC, and EMEA, one of whom, Ronan Harris, is going to join us next week. This will ensure that we're improving our focus on customers in every region and getting closer to the customer's needs. I think these priorities will set Snap up to be successful in this current environment.
Thanks. Yeah, I can speak a little bit to the content trends, that we're seeing in the U.S. and more broadly. So, at a very high level, both in the U.S. and globally, viewership is up. And so that means that our overall opportunity is expanding if we can continue to increase folks, depth of engagement. And that's really important, of course, for advertisers who really value the reach that we provide. Looking more specifically at stories, what we're finding is that while people continue to engage at really high levels with, stories from their close friends or private stories, especially from people that are really important to them, that depth of story engagement, as you get to your 200th friend or something like that, at some point, content on Spotlight or Discover is maybe more engaging or more interesting. And so what we're trying to do is help people transition from that friend story content that really drives that healthy top of funnel and viewership to content in Spotlight and Discover. And both of those are growing nicely. Spotlight, of course, is growing very, very rapidly year over year, and we're excited about that. I think, as it pertains to advertisers, as I mentioned, they're really looking for reach, but they're also looking for performance, especially in this period of time, which is why we focus so heavily on evolving our direct response business, and making sure that we're really delivering return on ad spend for our partners. I think there are going to be some unique opportunities with things like Spotlight, for example, where smaller advertisers can experiment, with content, submitting content to Spotlight, seeing how it performs. And then, if they get some traction there and get feedback from our community, they may want to, turn into a direct response advertising unit and manage that through our ad platform. So I do think some of the content investments we're making provide new and unique opportunities for advertisers, but really, especially in this environment, the focus is going to be on reach and performance.
The next question is from the line of Rich Greenfield with LightShed Partners.
Hi, thanks for taking the question. I want this one specifically for Evan. I guess it's pretty obvious that you're a sticky utility for photo-based messaging, especially among sort of your core demos. But you're clearly losing engagement and time spent to TikTok and maybe even other camera apps that have come onto the scene like Be Real, impacting sort of overall time spent per user per day, and then in turn monetization. Curious on the most important question for you, especially on the product side, is how? Like, how do you get people to spend more time on Snapchat, and especially more monetizable time spent on Snapchat? And what is the plan for that in 23? Because I think that's what investors are going to really be anchored on as they think about your stock over the next year.
Hey, thanks, Rich. Yeah, so, at a high level, as you point out, Snapchat provides an extremely valuable utility in terms of visual messaging, but, also across our service with things like the map or our AR platform, and of course, content, as you also mentioned. And so we've really worked hard to diversify engagement across our products, and our application opens to the camera. So we've got a real strength in visual communication and augmented reality that remains under monetized, which is why we've, really focused on accelerating our revenue growth in augmented reality so that it's more commensurate with the engagement that we're seeing there. And we believe that the differentiated nature of our service is what's contributing to the daily active user growth, which grew 19% year over year to 363 million daily active users. In terms of the content specifically, I think there's a lot of headroom, of course, to continue to grow content engagement. As I mentioned, viewership has expanded, and we're continuing to see a lot of demand for content in Spotlight, which is growing nicely, and on our Discover platform. I think we can do a better job helping people transition from friend stories or private stories into those types of content. And relative to other services where people are spending a lot of time watching content, we believe we have a lot of headroom to increase content engagement. So working to improve content diversity and personalization to realize that opportunity. Overall, of course, impressions grew 8% year over year. So we are seeing some progress there.
The next question is from the line of Mark Shmulik with AllianceBernstein. Please proceed.
Yes, hi. Thanks for taking the questions. A couple, if I may. First for Evan, I know with the leaked memo, there was kind of the numbers out there on, internal expectations for 2023. Any color you can share just how that's changed, given, this is a fast evolving macro market and a lot of changes with kind of new executives like Jerry on board and, kind of the plans in place there. And then secondly, Jerry, I just kind of think about kind of new levers of monetization. And I know we're talking about kind of Spotlight ads coming on board here in the fourth quarter. Any color you can share in just kind of the roadmap of what else is there to kind of really reaccelerate revenue growth. I kind of look at stats like, Samsung phones, 2.5 billion snaps. And so, just how do we think about like Camera Kit and AR Kit being monetized as well? Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Yeah, so that was an internal memo that we weren't intending to share publicly, and as such had a number of aspirational goals, really designed to rally the team, especially at a time when we're restructuring and refocusing our business. It's really important for our team to see the enormous opportunity that we have, in front of us, whether that's, reaccelerating our revenue growth by improving our direct response business, better monetizing the enormous amount of AR engagement that we see, obviously, in our camera, and, continuing to grow and build on Snapchat Plus. So, we certainly see a lot of opportunity there. And the goal is really, as we look to 2023, inspiring our team. I remember some really challenging times in the past when expectations were really, really low, and internally we tried to, really inspire our team. And that's what helped us deliver 50% year over year revenue growth on average the last 5 years or so. So, I think especially in really challenging times when we've taken the necessary steps to make sure our business can be successful over the long term, inspiring the team is critically important. But those goals are internal and aspirational.
And I'll take the second part of that question. In addition to the work on AR and accelerating the AR business that Evan touched on, I just want to give you a sense of how we're refocusing and realigning sales, engineering, and product teams around the customer. So let me give you an example of a program we started a couple months back called the Reference Customer Program. The idea is to find customers that we want to ensure getting the most from our platform. We brought several SWAT teams together, a SWAT team that included folks from the account team, the engineering team, and product teams to review every aspect of how the advertiser was using the platform. And we found that through this, we were able to help improve their implementation, better utilize features that are already in the platform, and in a couple cases, did a little bit of feature integration work. In all those cases, the customers had higher ROI than they expected, and they were happy with their results. Now we're in the process of rolling these successes out to other customers who might have similar opportunities. And I think that that's just a product of bringing the teams together. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for us to just bring teams together and take advantage of what we've already got out there and have it implemented in a better way.
The next question comes from Ross Sandler with Barclays.
Hey guys, just wanted to throw the macro question out. So it sounds like it's mostly brand advertising that was weak in 3Q, and it seems like that's the area that's forecasted to really drop off as we kind of go forward here in 4Q. So could you just maybe elaborate a little bit on what you're seeing, we can obviously see what's going on with the macro broadly, but specifically to like rest of this quarter, what commitments you're looking at that would cause those growth rates to kind of dip into the negative. And then, related to one of the prior questions, you're growing your DAUs almost 20% and impressions 8%. So, it seems like we've just got a demand problem here, not a supply problem. Can you just talk to that a little bit? Thank you.
Hey there, it's Derek speaking. Thanks for the question. In Q3, the deceleration in revenue growth was really observed across both our direct response and the brand advertising business, with the direct response advertising, growing modestly faster than the overall business, while the brand-oriented advertising business declined slightly year in the quarter. And then in Q4, as we look forward, we expect the brand business to play a bigger role in the decel that we anticipate to occur as we move through the quarter. And that being due to the fact that, number one, the growth rates were very high in the prior year, but also it's a bigger portion of the business in Q4. I think stepping back, we've seen revenue growth move around over the last several months, but within a relatively tight range. So, we grew about 13% in Q2, but we saw that decelerate as we moved through the quarter. And this led us to sharing when we reported last quarter that the growth was approximately flat in the early portion of that quarter. By the end of August, when we shared the 8-K about the restructuring, the quarter-to-date revenue had improved to about 8, and so that implied things accelerated a bit. With the full quarter number at 6 this quarter, obviously things slowed down into about the low single digits in September. So, and then we've seen things move up a bit in the beginning of this quarter, with the early weeks being at about 9%. And so, if you sort of take that together, what we're seeing is the growth rate has moved around month to month and accelerated or decelerated a couple of times. But we've largely been range bound here between flat and the low teens as we continue to navigate this really difficult operating environment. And I think the thing I'd share here that's really important is something we've talked about several times in recent quarters, which is that it's incredibly fast and easy for advertisers to turn digital performance advertising on and off, as they seek to calibrate their investments and their own growth and their business. And that's part of what we're seeing here with the start-stop on the growth rates and the accel and the decel that we've experienced. So as we're navigating this, it's incredibly important that we stay focused on the inputs that we control. And you heard a lot about that from Evan and Jerry earlier around the investments that we're making to grow the community, the investments to improve the DR business, and of course, things like Snapchat Plus, which are helping to diversify the top line growth, and of course, the future of AR. And then to your other question, in terms of supply versus demand, we continue to believe we have a significant room to grow our advertising business. And so I do believe that as you've seen the macro challenges compound on some of the platform changes we saw last year, certainly we've been demand challenged, and we continue to see a lot of opportunity to grow our business with with impressions, as you've seen in the most recent quarter with those impressions growing, but also through eCPMs as we can continue to get better at our direct response business, including optimization, personalization, and ranking, which Jerry talked about a lot earlier. So I agree with you on that point. And hopefully all of that provides a little bit of context for your question.
The next question is from the line of Lloyd Walmsley with UBS.
Thanks. First one is just, you talked about expanding Spotlight test this quarter. You just talked about being kind of just demand constrained. So curious how you guys think it plays out if we think about adding inventory from Spotlight, reducing eCPM. How responsive is the ad community to moving budget over as that ad load ramps and CPMs come down? How easy is it for advertisers to shift that creative and see ROI in the Spotlight format? And then second one, if I can, you talked about taking $450 million out of the cost base. I think it was kind of an exit 2Q annualized number. Can you just talk about what kind of growth we should expect on that new cost base, in terms of either headcount inflation or other cost growth on this new base heading into 23? Thanks.
Hey, it's Derek speaking. Thanks for the question. So in terms of the first one around monetizing Spotlight, as we look into Q4, we will expand our advertising tests within Spotlight. But in addition, businesses already have several mechanisms to test and learn directly within Spotlight. So businesses are able to submit content to Spotlight, see how it performs within our community, receive direct feedback from our user base, and then use those learnings to inform their campaigns. We believe that this is a good example of how Spotlight offers an exciting new way for brands to experiment with their video creative and learn how to make content that inspires the community. We're also working on new tools that'll enable businesses to easily promote their most engaging Spotlight content, drive conversations, and then measure their success with ad managers. So at a high level, we're really excited about the potential for Spotlight. But we also have a lot of room, as I just mentioned, to grow our advertising business regardless of how and when we ramp Spotlight ad load. So we're ramping our testing judiciously there to make sure that we maximize the long-term value.
The next question is from the line of Mark Mahaney with Evercore.
Okay, thanks. Two questions, please. First is, as you try to, thoughts on Scan 4.0 when that comes out sometime this quarter, do you think your thoughts on whether that will help you or not? And at the same time, I think you've been trying to recover signal. You've been doing a series of things to try to improve ad attribution, ad targeting. Just where are you on that? And then you talked about ROI in the shareholder letter. Can you just quantify, for people running campaigns, consistently running campaigns, how impaired is the ROI versus where it was, kind of a year ago, and the path to getting that back to levels that you had at that time? Thanks a lot.
Hi, this is Jerry. Let me talk about that first one on Scan 4.0. To take a step back here, we think it's critical. Measurement is critical, and it's why we've invested so heavily in first and third-party measurement. And Scan 4.0 is important. The coming changes are definitely need improvements to help advertisers achieve their business goals, and better campaign attribution and more granular reporting should give us even more headroom for improvement. For the ROI part of the question, we are constantly evolving the best way we serve our advertisers. We're continuing to update and improve our first-party measurement solutions, which are seeing continued adoption of our top advertisers, and they're seeing success on our platform as a result. We're also continuing to improve the way that third-party measurement systems like Google Analytics are reflecting conversions in our systems, and we're seeing positive results there too. We're also driving our direct response ads to better convert right on our platform. That improvement's happening through more experimentation with ML and integrating data from our privacy-protecting first-party measurement solutions so that our ranking and personalization are more effective. And I want to come back to the fact that this ad space is more technical, and it's just as important as the rest of these to talk about that integration between sales, engineering, and product teams and the processes that ensure that our advertising partners are achieving success by a cross-functional process, tighter lines of communication, and faster responsiveness to their opportunities and challenges.
Our last question comes from the line of Brent Thill with Jefferies.
Thanks. Just on the brand side, I think many are curious kind of why brand will suffer so hard going into a seasonally strong period. Is this more macro related? Is it given some of the restructuring? Is that having some impact? And I guess, Evan, if you can also follow up on that, I know there's been a lot of change. When do you expect that to kind of stabilize and that to flow through the system, and you feel like you're on the right foundation from this restructuring activity?
Hey, it's Derek speaking. I'll take the first part of that and then hand it off to Evan. I think, first, just stepping back for context on Q4, even flattish year-over-year revenue growth is about a 15% step up on a quarter-over-quarter basis. So we are expecting revenue to grow, seasonally at a pretty good clip. So the issue that we're seeing here is that if you look back to a year ago, we grew at over 40% year over year in the prior year. And, many of the really significant macro impacts that we've seen over the course of this year weren't impacting the business nearly as much as they were a year ago. So, for example, the persistent inflation we've seen this year, but the ramp in the Fed rate cycle, as well as the onset of the war in Ukraine that really had an impact on growth rates as we moved into Q2. And so, while we're still expecting really, pretty robust 15% approximately year over quarter over quarter growth in Q4, the comp to the prior year, and the fact that the macro impacts have built up and compounded on each other over the course of this year is really making the back half of this quarter, number one, a little bit more difficult from a visibility point of view. And certainly with the performance that we saw from the brand portion of the advertising business in Q3, informs our expectation of the decel as we move through the rest of the quarter. So hopefully that gives you a little more context on that side of things. I'll turn it over to Evan for the second portion there.
Hey, thanks, Brian, for the question. Yeah, I mean, these sorts of changes and restructurings are always challenging, and I'm really just grateful to the team and really proud of how quickly they've worked to, adapt and really make sure we're focused on our key priorities. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. We certainly have regained some momentum and focus, but the process is still concluding in certain countries where, regulations require that those processes take a little bit longer. So I wouldn't say that we're, complete there. I think one thing I'm watching specifically is on the sales side. We've got these president roles. Ronan Harris is joining a bit later this month, as our president of EMEA, but we'll also have an APAC president and an Americas president, and we'll be putting folks into those roles as soon as we can. And in addition to that, we're also thinking about how to better organize our sales teams to go to market in a way that best serves our customers. And we're sort of thinking about Q1 as the timeline for that. So we're certainly not, done with this process because we see more opportunity to streamline and improve, the way we serve our advertising partners. I know that's something Jerry's thinking a lot about. But overall, if you just look at how the team has managed this period of time, I'm really proud of the work they're doing and the progress we're making.
This concludes our question and answer session, as well as Snap Inc.'s third quarter 2022 earnings conference call. Thank you for attending today's session. You may now disconnect.
All right, guys. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the earnings call. Remember, we will be back live tomorrow morning, bright and early, as we always are. Be sure to check out our sponsors. Again, if you want to try to get funded and get around the PDT rule in the futures market, trading these big economic releases, you can check out Top Step. You can find out the link to that in the description. You can also check out Chart Prime, all that good stuff. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Beginner Trades. I appreciate the love and support. You can always join us in our Discord as well. There's the Discord link in chat if you want to check it out. Let us know. We are holding a small position in Snapchat right now. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. We're planning to hold this for at least a month, unless it just goes really in my favor. So yeah, we'll see you guys later. Good luck. Love you all. Stay safe in this market, and we'll see you guys next time.